Yo, I don't know why I haven't seen this before, but Madara versus Aizen. This always was an interesting fight to me. There's a lot of factors that could go into
Madara
either one way.
Uchiha, the legendary messianic shinobi from Naruto.
Sosuke Aizen, the Soul Reaper who stood upon the heavens from Bleach.
We may dream of glory, but these two have the will to power to take it by force and claim a seat among the gods.
They're the biggest, baddest anime bosses around, and not even death can stop them. Ghost versus zombie. Let's go. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Damn, I don't know who's gonna win this, honestly. Like, they both have some type of hypnotism.
And
So
it's our
it's-
job to analyze their weapons, armor,
don't know.
and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Aizen? Madara? I don't know.
Endless destruction, countless dead, a plot to conquer the planet. The ninja world was at war.
For the fourth time, only one man could save humanity from itself, from beyond the grave.
The same man who orchestrated this war in the first place in order to end all wars forever. Madara Uchiha.
From birth, war was the only thing the young Madara knew, and there was no ninja he liked fighting more than Hashirama Senju. They're basically ninja Romeo and Juliet.
Belonging to opposing clans, Madara and Hashirama were forced to battle each other for years, all the while
I feel like
dreaming of a
Madara would
better
be taller
future.
than 5'10".
Their bromance eventually overcame their clan's differences, and the two groups merged, creating the village of Konoha.
But Madara wasn't satisfied with Hashirama's dream of peace through cooperation. He desired an immortal peace through
gotta
total
force them.
domination.
Everyone else thought that was crazy, so he bounced, and then he came back to wage war against the village he helped build. Well, that didn't last long, huh?
Madara's megalomania was perhaps faded, considering he is in fact the reincarnation of the demigod Indra Otsutsuki and the inheritor of his immensely powerful chakra.
Basically, physical and spiritual energy that makes ninja magic. Madara specializes in fire and wood style jutsus, which just seems irresponsible to put those together, like a gender reveal party waiting to happen.
His wood is especially impressive,
Hey,
considering
yo.
it's the only style of elemental jutsu that can create life. Why are you looking at me like that?
Madara can even use his Gunbai to
Like-
absorb ninjutsu and return it right back to sender. You know you're a badass when you can take on armies with just a friggin' fan.
Madara has torn apart hordes of ninja without breaking a sweat, taken a beating from every tailed beast at once, and even defeated the 5 Kage, some of the strongest shinobi in the world.
The Raikages even stated to be fast enough to move at light speed. And even weaker ninja like Orochimaru have dodged literal photon beams.
But Madara's greatest tool is the one born from his very bloodline, the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. These magical eyes massively enhance his perception down to the cellular level, allowing him to predict movements, see the flow of chakra, and summon the mighty perfect Susanoo.
The Sharingan can also cast a genjutsu that'll trap anyone that looks at it in an illusion, and even break them out of those same illusions.
In Sasuke's case, even ones as strong as Itachi Tsukuyomi, which can warp your perception of time. Itachi used it on a fellow Uchiha and made her live out her entire life in a span
picosecond.
of 1/100th of 1/1000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second.
And when she died in the illusion, she died for real.
life.
If Sasuke could break out of it, Madara could too, easily.
And after grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he
Would always have a piece of his Romeo inside him. This is my ship, Wiz. Stop looking at me like that.
He not only gained a healing factor strong enough to regenerate from having half his body vaporized, but also the terrifying Rinnegan.
AKA the big chungus of all eye magic. The ringy eyes let Madara absorb chakra and ninjutsu, create invisible limbo clones, see and remove your soul from your body, and summon giant-ass meteors, as if he needed any more fucking powers.
While the
Two of
Rinnegan
them.
lacks some of the Sharingan's unique abilities, he can switch between them at will.
After tearing the ninja world a new asshole, Madara was finally defeated in a climactic battle for the ages by his BFF, and thus the life of a legendary shinobi came to an end in the arms of his one true love.
Bro.
Or did it?
Psych!
All right, this is gonna get pretty crazy, but just bear with me. Fearing a defeat in battle, Madara set a time-delayed jutsu that would posthumously rewrite reality and bring him back to life. And it worked! So Madara tricked another Uchiha, Obito, into witnessing his best friend murdering his other best friend. Then he tasked Obito with manipulating the world into another war. Meanwhile, he gave his own Rinnegan to Nagato with the goal of getting it back after he was brought back to life the second time with the outer path because he died again.
Yep.
Make sense?
Nah, that'll never work.
You're right, it did. So Obito went out and got the Rinnegan back from Nagato's corpse, because he died. Then Kabuto brought Madara back to life, and he got his eyes back from Obito after some backstabbing. Then he sealed the awakened Ten Tails within himself in order to gain ultimate power and create the world's greatest nap time ever.
That about sums it up.
Look what you people have done to him.
Bro,
You
what?
think Ten Tails' power would be awesome, but those stinky 8 balls of doom are so lame.
Don't let their size
hell
fool
no.
you. These truth-seeking orbs are in another league.
destroy
The
you.
Ten Tails is strong enough to wipe continents off the map, and the orbs can be shaped into weapons that will completely disintegrate anything they come into contact with. Not even ninja resurrected through Edo Tensei like Minato could regenerate limbs lost to the truth-seeking orbs, which means they had to erase his literal spirit itself.
Madara's power was so insane he was considered comparable to the original Sage of Six Paths, the dude who helped create the frickin' moon.
And when Madara created meteors, they were large enough to show up against the curvature of the Earth. Measuring their size and estimating the height at which Madara lifted them, they'd have to possess a potential energy of at least 372 petatons of TNT.
He was even fast enough to keep up with 8 Gates Guy, who kicked hard enough to bend space. Madara even has an attack where he hawks light speed loogies.
Considering even base Madara has displayed speeds on par with Light Timing Ninja, we know Ten Tails Madara would have to be significantly faster thanks to the Ten Tails' power.
With virtually no one left to oppose him, Madara's plot was finally in the endgame. He awakened the Rin Sharingan, and with the God Tree summoned, he cast the infinite Tsukuyomi, spreading the tree's roots across the entire planet and capturing every single person in the world. This would enslave all of humanity in an endless dream world, free of conflict forever. Peace through total domination.
Manipulating this tree with his chakra would have involved physically spreading its roots through and around the entire Earth in mere moments. Estimating the tree's mass and the speed at which the roots were moved, his chakra must have released an energy exceeding 1 yotaton of TNT.
And this was with just one jutsu. Is there a character that could possibly even touch Madara Uchiha?
Kishimoto himself didn't even know. Madara's power
So he
was
killed
so
them all.
overwhelming, the only thing that could take him down was treachery.
Even the man with the magic eyes couldn't see that coming.
All that was left was his old friend Hashirama, there to comfort him in his final moments.
Just like Romeo and Juliet, or never was there a story of more woe than this of Hashirama and his Madabro.
What is this?
I read it in iambic pentameter.
Is there a gas leak in here?
Now the real fun begins.
It's all cool. Just stop him. Kyoko Suigetsu. There you go. Game over. There you go.
The Soul Society was in chaos. One of its leading Shinigami was set to be executed under suspicious circumstances. A band of humans from the living world had invaded to save her, and Sosuke Aizen, captain of the 5th Division of the Gotei 13, was dead. Murdered.
Was.
What dastardly mastermind could have been behind
Bro, when
all this?
Eisen
He'd
slicked
have
his
to
hair
be
back,
a Galaxy
it's like,
Brain
bruh.
5D chess master.
The man responsible was, in fact, Sosuke Aizen.
Little is known about the man's past, only that he isn't a man, a human man, but a soul reaper.
These Shinigami are spiritual beings who ferry lost souls to the afterlife and purify those who have turned evil in the living world.
They're badass anime wizard Grim Reaper swordsmen. Though Aizen himself was hardly that cool. I mean, just look at those glasses. Dork.
But this Clark Kent was harboring a secret. Aizen had spent years attempting to develop the means to ultimate power, ruining the lives of many of his colleagues via his twisted experiments.
Oh, so when Aizen does it, he's a supervillain, but when you do it to me, it's shut the hell up, Boomstick. You're under NDA, and I know about the stuff you've done.
As a Shinigami, Aizen's body is made of Reishi, being spirit matter, and empowered by Raryoku, being spirit energy. Entities made of Reishi are completely invisible to anyone without specific supernatural awareness, though a Shinigami's body is still tangible and can be damaged normally.
And with his Raryoku energy, Aizen can create incredibly powerful blasts. He's so strong, weaker beings will literally disintegrate if they get too close to him.
This is due to his Reiatsu, a localized spiritual pressure exerted as a result of his enormous power.
He also knows tons of Kido, or spells. He can create force fields, bend the light around him to make him impossible to detect, fire concentrated bolts of lightning, and absorb the energy from his surroundings to make giant-ass energy dragons.
Perhaps his deadliest Kido is Kurohitsugi.
Black
After
coffin.
an extensive incantation, Aizen surrounds his target in an enormous black coffin that distorts space and time and tears its victims apart.
Aizen's plotting finally came to fruition during the invasion of the Soul Society, where he faked his death using his greatest weapon, his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu.
A Shinigami Zanpakuto is a magical sword that possesses a sentient spirit. Kyoka Suigetsu gives Aizen complete control over his victim's senses the instant they lay eyes on the sword.
Poor Toshiro, always getting fucked over by Aizen.
This complete hypnosis traps its victims in a nearly
Stabbed
perfect
the
illusion
wrong
that
person.
Aizen can manipulate at
God
will,
damn, Toshiro.
making himself virtually immune to attacks while his opponents are sitting ducks.
It's so strong that it kept a group of ex-Soul Reapers known as the Visored trapped for over 100 years without them even knowing it. It's one of the most broken powers ever and the definition of anime bullshit.
But it was all worth it when he perfected his ultimate creation, the Hogyoku, an immensely powerful reality-warping device that, quote, materializes the user's wishes.
In Aizen's case, it realized his desire to become the strongest being in the universe. With it, he can heal any of his wounds, even when half his body is vaporized. And more importantly, it exponentially increases his power over time through evolution by turning him into a horrifying butterfly monster man.
A being eventually strong enough to dethrone and replace the Soul King, the deity that controls the cosmic balance. Even a minor disruption to the Soul King's influence led to the three worlds of Earth, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo to start physically collapsing.
Then it implied that the Soul King has to be outputting enough energy to hold all these places together at all times.
Considering each should be roughly the same size, this would require an energy of over 140 zetatons of TNT.
Aizen is powerful enough to vaporize mountains as a side effect of a sword swing. His casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just his Reiatsu alone.
He even defeated the rest of the Gote 13 without so much as breaking a sweat.
So he should be way stronger than Soul Society heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120 kilometer.
I don't know about all that now. Hold on. There's a reason why Kenpachi wasn't at that battlefield. Because if he was, the show would be over.
To pieces.
I always say Kenpachi is the protagonist if Ichigo wasn't around.
Roughly the width of Great Britain,
His power scaling
an
is
asteroid
crazy.
of this size would have to carry a kinetic energy of at least 44 petatons of TNT.
And Aizen was so badass, he literally transcended other Shinigami in power. He was in a whole other dimension from the rest of them.
Until he fought Ichigo Kurosaki.
The battle we've all been waiting for. Way before this in the Soul Society arc, Ichigo was already as fast as lightning. And by this point, after all his power boosts, he'd even be faster than light. Hell, even weaker characters like this lady can dodge light beams.
Though their fight was epic, Ichigo had
Butterflies.
transcended the Shinigami as well, and even Aizen himself. Feeding upon his insecurities, the Hogyoku abandoned Aizen, who was quickly defeated and imprisoned within the bottommost level of the Soul Society's prison. Aizen was left alone. His great power he sacrificed so much to achieve was gone forever.
Or was it?
Nah.
Somehow he ended up getting even stronger,
Get stronger
than before.
just sitting in the chair.
What made him so strong? Could it be the chair?
It's not the chair.
Chair-sama.
It could theoretically be due to the chair's restraints keeping his Reiatsu from properly releasing, building it up within him until he was stronger in base than he was at his previous max.
Nah, it's definitely the chair. And, since the chair could still hold him after he got stronger,
The chair is
wouldn't that
stronger
make
than
it
him.
Even stronger than him? Even stronger than the Soul King?
Yeah.
All hail the mighty Chair-sama,
Chair-sama.
most powerful being in all of Bleach. He even managed to hold his own against the Quincy warlord Yua, who absorbed the power of the Soul King himself. He even used Kyoka Suigetsu to trick him, and Yuha's a dude who can literally see every
everything.
possible future all at the same time. All according to
It's still
Kenkaku,
lost.
bitches.
And after standing among the gods themselves, Aizen returned to captivity and pondered the meaning of his existence.
Even trapped in a prison, sealed off in a different dimension with a 20,000-year sentence, he remains the most dangerous being in the world.
Who knows what schemes are brewing behind those cold, calculating eyes? No compassion, no empathy, only the drive for power.
No one has ever stood at the top. Neither you nor me. From now on, I alone will stand at the top.
Alright, let's see. Who's gonna win?
All right, the combatants are set.
As soon as the match starts, Genjutsu. Game over. As soon as the match starts, Kyoka Suigetsu. Game over.
Run the data through all possibilities.
Are we talking just hands? Maybe Madara. Are we talking all weapons allowed? Maybe Aizen.
But first, if you want to come...
It's time for the battle! Damn, right off the bat.
You can see me.
I can see everything.
They're both so cocky. Oh, game. Kyoka Suigetsu.
Did you see that?
Or maybe it was game. He has the Sharingan active. That's the wrong way to do myself.
I would expect nothing more from a human.
Mere parlor tricks. Don't get so full of yourself.
Damn! Okay. Like that.
Hado 19, Kuro Hitsugi.
Oh, there you go. Drop a meter right on yourself. Fuck it. Okay, 6-5 powers. What about the second? Probably isn't.
Hado 99, Goryu Tenmetsu.
Limbo.
I love it. The thrill of battle, the pounding of my heart, the taste of my own blood. I love it!
Why you like Rick Sanchez right there? That's nuts.
You almost had me there, you tricky bastard.
Nothing escapes my illusions, human. Know your place.
It was all a genjutsu. It was all.
What a wonderful.
It was all also an illusion. Kyoka Suigetsu. You never got that far in the fight. Oh, that's it.
Of course Madara won! He fake died twice for
course.
his 5D chess plan, while Aizen only fake died once.
Aizen and Madara were extremely
All right.
evenly matched
Okay.
in raw power and speed. By our calculations, Madara spreading the God Tree's roots with his chakra was about 7 times more powerful, and Ryoku utilized spirit energy and operated in similar ways, being formed into attacks like ninjutsu and kido. That meant that Madara's ability to absorb ninjutsu allowed him to nullify the vast majority of Aizen's range attacks, and even dispel his force fields.
And despite how OP Aizen's complete hypnosis was, Sharingan users can break out of illusions no sweat, even ones as powerful as Itachi's Tsukuyomi. And since Madara can
I'm pretty sure Kyoko Suigetsu is stronger than Tsukuyomi, but alright.
switch between the Rinnegan and the Sharingan at will, he'd be able to break out of an illusion anytime he wanted.
Aizen's illusions are nearly perfect, but fellow Captain Unohana was able to subconsciously notice its flaws. With an eye as perceptive as the Sharingan, which can spot imperfections in genjutsus all the time, it was only inevitable that Madara would be able to quickly break out.
However, the same couldn't be said for Aizen, who never showed any resistance to the kind of mental illusions Madara can create.
Even setting illusions aside, the sheer quantity of offensive options at Madara's disposal, whether it be his clones, meteors, or monsters summoned by the Rinnegan, kept Aizen constantly on the back foot.
But none of that mattered if they couldn't kill each other, and both had pretty insane healing factors that could recover from just about anything, except for those pesky 8 balls of doom.
Madara's truth-seeking orbs were capable of completely molecularly annihilating spiritual beings and preventing them from regenerating.
Oh, there you go.
Again, Aizen was
a spiritual being.
Yeah. Since Aizen lacked the ability to do the same irreversible damage to Madara, the ghost of the Uchiha had exactly what he needed to put this actual ghost down for good.
Aizen was an unbelievably overpowered foe, but Madara's own powers, illusions, and devastating truth-seeking orbs allowed him to crush the ex-Shinigami.
Sosuke should have kept his eyes on the prize.
I'm dead. Good job.
Do you feel any shame at that?
Moderately.
Aizen the prize.
Ah, double pun. Suck it, Wiz.
The winner is Madara Uchiha. Thank you for watching this episode of Death Battle. If you're looking to get some merch from the holiday,
Death Battle with anime without the dislike bar doesn't feel the same. Yeah, y'all remember Goku versus Superman? Boy, those were crazy times. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, I still think it's up for debate, but those reasons on giving why Aizen would actually lose to Madara, understandable. I respect it, but at the same time, I don't know. I think either one could really win. But what do you guys think? Or what do you think about my reaction? Let me know. Comments below. It's your boy Miss. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.